Cal, the journey ends here tonight. What are your initial thoughts after that?
Well, first of all, congratulate PSG for reaching the final. The assessment, I will make it when I'm a little bit cooler, but the feedback that I got straight away from their bench is that we're much better than them. When you look at the two games, who has been their best player on the pitch, has been their goalkeeper. He's made a difference for them in the tie. And I think we were very close, much closer than what results showed. But unfortunately, we are out. I'm very proud of the players, what we've done today, the way we started, how we handled the pressure, the amount of pressure. After 20 minutes, it should be 3-0. But yeah, there is something extra that you need in the competition to go your way, and it didn't.
Are you proud of the fact that it's the second season in the Champions League, quarterfinals, semi-finals? What ultimately might get you over the line potentially next season?
I'm upset, and we should not be. Yeah, we were very close. Yes, for long periods of both games, we were much better than them. But we are not there, and that has to hurt. And if we want to win this competition and go there, we need to realize that. And there are certain things that are on us. And you shouldn't be just understanding that we are out. It's not.
Are you happy, or have you seen enough progress with your team this season?
100%. I don't think there's been a better team in the competition so far, what I've seen. But we are out tonight. We deserve much more, I think, in both games. But this competition is about the boxes, and in the boxes there are normally the strikers most of the time and a goalkeeper, and he was the best player in both games.
Ultimately, what do you want to do over the summer to make changes or add to get further?
I'm so proud of the boys, and what they deserve a lot of credit for what they're doing in the context and the situation, and with the amount of injuries. We have arrived here probably in the worst state that you can arrive as a team. You have to get here with everybody fit, available, with a lot of minutes, with rest, like they had a week. We come here in a completely different context and still do that. So that gives me a lot of positivity for the future. But tonight I'm very upset.
And Mikel, thank you for talking to us. Simply, do you have the words right now?
Yeah, look, it's gutting. Such a dominant start. If you score one of them chances, probably in the first 15, 20 minutes, the game completely changes on his head. And then just the small margins in football, 2 mistakes from us, 2 goals for them, and obviously with the chances we'd missed, it just felt like it wasn't meant to be. We give it absolutely everything. In this competition, you're either in or you're out, and over the 2 legs, we could have scored 3 or 4 goals, to be honest with you, but Donnarumma's been unbelievable, and you got to look at the small margins. It just obviously wasn't meant to be.
Quarterfinals last year, semi-finals this year. Next year, what does get this over the line?
Yeah, look, in life, in general, I think sometimes you have to lose a few in order to win, and you have to overcome some of these setbacks to mentally grow and grow as a person and as a player and as a group. And I think we're going through that stage at the minute after a few losses in terms of losing out in the league, coming close in the Champions League back-to-back years. So look, we're growing as a team, as people, but we need to keep pushing and keep believing. This is why we play this sport. There's going to be setbacks along the way. PSG have obviously gone through tonight. We're absolutely gutted, but this isn't going to define us for sure. We're going to be back, and when we get our players back, they've been out for a very long time. We're going to be a much stronger outfit, so we've got to keep going.
Do you think ultimately not having the full squad when you get to this point in a competition is actually a bit of a game changer?
Yeah, it's tough. We've done the whole season without 5 or 6 of our best players, and to be where we are and to do what we've done has been unbelievable. Fully stand by that. In the end, the group of players that have gone out there have given it absolutely everything. The whole squad has, even the players that flew over with us tonight that have been injured, every staff member, and everyone fully believed. And I think you could see that from the first whistle, how much we believed we could win and go out there and put on a performance. And like you said, on another night, we maybe scored 2 or 3 tonight. Just that first 20 minutes where they score. We obviously had them chances where we didn't score. It was a real kick in the teeth. So, yeah, we'll assess it. We'll be back, and 3 games left. It's been a really long season. We really, really wanted this one, but yeah, we'll keep pushing because this is why we play this sport. We want to win, and we want to do the best we can.
For you and that dressing room, you're in it every day. What's it like coming up so close each season and just not quite nailing that trophy, which is what ultimately everybody wants?
Yeah, we're all desperate for it. You know, that's why we play football. That's why we play this game. You know, we want to win trophies. We want to be at the pinnacle of football, winning stuff. But like I said, obviously, for whatever reason, these last 2 years in the cup competitions in the Premier League, it hasn't been meant to be. You know, we've been really, really close. It's obviously not good enough because Arsenal are a club that deserve to be winning trophies and deserve to be pushing. And there's not a lot more we can really be doing. But like I said, sometimes in life you have to go through these small losses in order to win big, and that's what a lot of these big superstars have done in the past. You know, they've all suffered defeats to then come out on top, and I'm sure this group will, because it hurts. You see the boys in there, you see the manager. Yeah, it's tough. It's a semi-final. We want it to be in Munich, and it's obviously not meant to be, but it doesn't define us, like I said, and we'll be back for sure.
Zach, thank you.